Hi folks, welcome back to the Amazing Education channel. Today's topic, besides wonderful Tesla cars, I promote electric vehicles, but it's more about why are Americans not healthy. So take a look at this. This is how people get around. They sit in their cars, they even live in their cars. It's not healthy. Another thing, we've got a steakhouse here. Steak. The number one thing correlated with heart disease is beef. What's the number one killer in the United States? Heart disease. So we have an American addiction to beef because it's a big animal that's easy to raise on the large continent. Easy way to make money. And it used to be cheap, actually, a cheap way to get protein. They say that the lowest cost calories come from something like McDonald's hamburgers. You can't get less expensive calories than that. And because beef is not healthy, then it makes Americans not healthy because they eat so much beef. And then we also use cooking oil. That's another thing that's not healthy. And so you have to wonder, well, what's unhealthy about cooking oil and beef? What's the correlation? And what's the correlation with driving cars? Well, you don't get exercise when you're driving around in a car. Very little exercise. And so your body's not doing what we've evolved to do, which is to walk around. And when you walk, you're moving your body. It shakes the food down lower and you digest the food much better. But instead we sit around. What you should be doing is, if you absolutely have to drive a car to get someplace, you can move where you work or move where you live to wherever so that they're close together, number one. And then you need to think about if you're sitting down, why is beef and why is cooking oil unhealthy? Well, part of it has to do with the molecular structure of the oil and the beef fat, which can collect. It builds up in your system, gets into your blood and the arteries, and it can collect there and basically obstruct your arteries. That's right, so they get clogged up. And then that's not good. It damages the arteries and the blood vessels in your body. So do you want to damage your blood vessels? And if not, you should avoid things that are used with cooking oil. And you say, well, I don't know what that is. Okay, well, start looking at the ingredient list of the food that you have. And when you go to a restaurant, first of all, although this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you want to be better off financially, you should be cooking your own natural food and not going as much to restaurants. Maybe once a week, once a month, go to a restaurant and go to a healthy, like eat vegetarian or eat a salad or something, and don't order beef at restaurants and so on and so forth. But when you go to those restaurants, especially Chinese food, that's the most oil. That's the kind of food that is most fried. And of course you've got the fried chicken, the French fries. So if it has fry in the name of it, it's going to be bad because frying is in oil. That's how you fry. You've got deep fat frying, but even air frying and frying in a pan, still using oil, and I would avoid it. And air frying might be okay if you're already very healthy, underweight or regular weight. But if you're even slightly overweight or thinking about dieting because you're not happy with your body, avoid any kind of frying. Okay? And it involves oil. And then why is the oil and the beef fat not good for you? Well, it's because we don't burn enough calories, so we keep gaining weight, and it's very calorie dense. So even if you eat it, you can easily eat too many calories and still be hungry, especially when you eat fried foods that they taste so delicious that you eat a lot of a particular type. Like maybe you eat a lot of fried chicken, or you eat a lot of French fries, but what you find out is you've eaten a lot of only one thing, or mostly one thing, and so that's still not what your body is craving, because your body craves multiple types of food, you know, fruits, vegetables, grains, and so on and so forth. And fried foods usually are not whole grain, they're not whole vegetables, and so on like that. And it's not a variety. So although potatoes are whole vegetables, but it's not enough different types of nutrients. Okay, so avoid those things, try to be healthy. Take care.